Welcome to a double feature of Dreampreneur Spotlight today. We had a wonderful opportunity to learn about cybersecurity earlier today. And what we are now moving forward into is Q4, opening the door to your dream firm. It felt like cybersecurity and a matrix themed presentation would be just such a cool thing to do. So again, we're bringing a lot of great value to you guys. We hope you appreciate it. And if you appreciate it, just let us know in the comment section down below. And we are off to the races. We're going to move quick through this. So buckle up. And if you are ready to take notes, just make sure that pen and paper is in your hands because you're going to like a lot of what we're going to share. So again, I'm super excited to share with you what we've created to help you get fired up to take advantage of the best time of year that is right now, in case it was unclear, to be securing choice clients. Now, to set the stage for today's event, I want to start off with a variation of the golden rule and how embracing this will be one of the major things that will change the results that you are capable of getting. If you feel like you're treading water and you're annoyed, listen closely. The golden rule, of course, is treat others how you want to be treated. Now, my variation on this for the business world as follows. Be the type of client that you wish to have. That is what your membership in this group is all about. If you are proactive, you will serve those who are proactive themselves. You won't deal with the reactive people who are just waiting to the last minute. We just left behind the 17/15th deadline. You don't want those, right? So let's take a moment to define proactive and understand why Q4 is the best time of year to pick up the clients, the best clients, right? And why you want clients who mirror your own behavior. Now, proactive is defined as tending to initiate change rather than reacting to events. Now, the opposite of proactive is, of course, reactive. Now, let's take a minute, break that down. Do you want proactive clients who are forward-thinking, thinking about tax planning, cash flow forecasting, and want to take action sooner rather than later so they can experience more benefits of your service? Or do you want reactive clients who are always waiting until the last minute and expecting you to deliver a Hail Mary at the 1 second mark? And of course, again, with the October 15th deadline behind us, /17th, every one of us, every single person should have a list of clients that deserve to be removed, fired from your services, who waited up until the last minute to give you things you requested weeks and months ago 100 times. 99% of the time, these people, they are repeat offenders. They will not change. Removing problem clients is one of the ways you become more proactive. You don't sit back and wait for them to fire themselves or for them to just somehow blame you for the problems they created. You initiate the change. When you fire them, what do? You win back your most precious resource. You free up your time. And again, if this is your precious resource, what do you get to do? You can now go and pursue clients who are searching for someone who cares and is proactive just like you are and is one of your dream clients, not one of your nightmare clients. Your dream clients are waiting for you to be proactive about finding them. Let that sit in your mind for a minute. They're waiting for you to be proactive. Ooh, I don't know, but right, like, are we really being as proactive as we need to be if people are waiting? Our dream clients are waiting. Now that brings us to why Q4 is the best time of year, okay? Proactive clients are searching right now or open to change. These are the premium clients that you want. Believe it or not everyone in the accounting space is proactive, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of them are actually painfully reactive. And those proactive clients, they're stuck with reactive accountants. And they're going, you know what? This has got to change. This has got to change now before I get trapped going into next year one more time. Reactive clients are searching after January 1st, okay? Proactive search before January 1st. Now, okay, now that we've set the stage that you must be proactive right now, not tomorrow, tomorrow never comes, right now, in order to attract the type of clients you want, let's have a little fun, okay? Right? Like this is meant to be a really fun presentation. I want this to stick with you. I want this to be something you take and love moving forward. And I'd like to borrow a few quotes from one of my all-time favorite movies, The Matrix, okay, to help illustrate the power of this event. But it's critical that I take the time to explain the premise of the movie and the two main characters for those who haven't seen The Matrix. I mean, if you haven't seen it, like, what are you doing with your life? Just kidding. But like, seriously, go check this movie out. It's amazing. Well, and quite frankly, even if you've seen it and you've forgotten it, you might just not be as clearly as big of a geek as I am and you quote the whole thing. So stick with me, and I promise this will be super powerful, make a ton of sense, and help you to open the door to your dream firm very, very soon. So in the movie The Matrix, there are three main characters: Trinity, Neo, and Morpheus. Now, all the ladies out there, please don't take this the wrong way. I love Trinity. She's like literally my favorite character, but I'm not here to tell the love story. I'm here to talk about the relationship between Morpheus and Neo specifically. So again, for the sake of brevity, I only have a certain amount of time. Love you, Trinity, but ultimately just need to focus on these two for right now. Morpheus is the one who's been through it all. He has a ton of experience. He's been on the front lines, in the trenches for a long time. He's dealing with this crazy fake world. He knows it's fake, known as the Matrix, built by machines to keep humanity enslaved. He has all these like amazing lines. They just like super, super cool. They stick with you for a really long time. It really establishes him as this trusted figure, despite the fact that he's facing down unbelievably overwhelming odds of beating these super advanced machines to save the human race. Morpheus has gone through many failures, but has this profound belief in himself, his team, and most importantly, his mission to save the human race by finding what he refers to as the one. Now, keep that part in mind. His faith is inspirational despite failing to find the one so far. Neo is the most recent person Morpheus believes is the one, who can save all of humanity, except there's one huge problem. Neo has been trapped in the Matrix for so long that he has serious issues separating himself from this fake reality that he's convinced himself is real, because he's been stuck for so long in it. He's known something's off and that things should be better, but he literally can't free himself from this fake reality he's trapped in. He's stuck, confused. Every time he's getting ready for a big breakthrough, he doubts himself and he needs reassurance to get to the next major point in his journey, in his story. Now, the first quote I'd like to share with you takes place after Morpheus has already made contact with Neo, but he already knows there's a big problem. And this is the quote: "We never free a mind once it reached a certain age. It's dangerous. The mind has trouble letting go." But he breaks this rule because of his faith in Neo, and that he is the one he's been searching for all this time who can save them all. He believes the risk is worth the reward. He knows that he has to do things differently and accept certain risks. Now, I know what you all are thinking right now, and I appreciate you entertaining and letting me go on that long. Tyler, what in the world? What the heck does this have to do with opening the door to my dream firm? And let me be clear. Here's how. You are either a lot like Morpheus or you are a lot like Neo. You can have characteristics of both of them, but you'll definitely self-identify with one more than the other. Morpheus is willing to do things differently to complete his mission, even if it carries more risk than what he's used to, because he believes in that mission with every fiber of his being. He knows that he has to do things differently in order to get the results he wants. And he knows that to do so, it's all about finding and winning the trust of a certain type of person so they can both evolve into something more through that relationship. He knows this is possible, but he's struggling to find that person. And even if he finds that person, it will still be a struggle to get them to trust him enough so they can both get to the next level. Keep that in the back of your mind, okay? Just think about that. Neo is the person who finds himself stuck in a confusing place and he doesn't know where to turn. He finds himself distrustful of everything simply because he has no idea what is real and what is not. He knows he can't get to what's real on his own because there's so much nonsense surrounding him, intentionally trying to confuse him. So he struggles with finding that certain person who's worthy of his trust. He knows it's possible to get real results, but struggles with making a choice with who to trust and what action to take. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road. I want you to self-identify with which of these feels more applicable to your situation. I want you to use a hashtag Morpheus. If you're battle weary, you've been through it all. This is probably your 10th or 15th October 15th deadline. It's probably your list of clients that you want to fire is so long that it's even hard to calculate, and you're worried that you might have to take on more risk by removing more people and raising your prices. And you're just, is it going to be worth it? Will I have the one? You're battle weary, but you're not giving up. You know that there are other people out there who need your help, and you're on a mission to complete it. Hashtag Morpheus if that's you. Or you're hashtag Neo. You're confused. You're in the digital age. You're just like Neo. You're literally bombarded with things that are intentionally built to distract you from the things that matter the most. All the noise in the marketplace, but you're searching for someone who will keep you accountable, that will show you how to cut through the noise, get to the next level, and focus on what matters. And again, this is your dream firm. So where do you fall on that? And again, proactive people participate. If you are not participating, I can guarantee you, you are reactive. I can promise you from the bottom of my soul, you are not embodying the type of person that you would like to be. This is a simple request for free training to ultimately help you to get to the next level, right? So again, it's like, be the type of person you want to work with. It's a simple rule. Hashtag Neo or hashtag Morpheus. Got a couple people scrolling in and dropping in right now. Thank you, hashtag Neo, hashtag Morpheus. I love it. So moving on, and for the sake of time here, but again, just let that sink in if you're still watching this and you're just like, didn't participate. Just think about that for a second, right? Like, are you being the type of client you want to have? And as always, I don't ask you to do anything that I personally won't do myself. I'm on Team Morpheus right now, okay? Now, both of these choices have strengths and weaknesses. And I remember being a lot more like Neo not so long ago, lost, confused, afraid, not knowing where to turn, feeling like everything was an illusion. Were any of these success stories real? Why wasn't I one? Why did it feel like I was putting in so much work and not finding a way to where I wanted to go and reach my true potential? Like, why? Maybe I had to go and do this instead of that, or this instead of that, or that, or isn't this just that, but under a different name with a way larger price tag? I was always willing to put in the work, so long as I knew that work was going to bear fruit. But I was putting in so much work without much fruit to show for it. And so I was starting to doubt if I would ever actually escape my own personal matrix. I didn't know what to do. I just didn't. I remember feeling that frustration so well, like it was yesterday, and the burning hot tears on my face when I realized no one had trapped me. No one had done this to me. There were no super machines that had trapped me. I had trapped myself inside of the systems that I built, inside of the business that I did not know how to build the right way. I thought my business was supposed to free me, not trap me. Then it all changed when I found my coach, or my Morpheus, the person who came before me to show me a more efficient way to my destiny. And slowly but surely, everything started to change for me, and it can change for you as well. Now, if you're on Team Neo, it's about finding your Morpheus. If you're on Team Morpheus, it's about finding your Neo. And to help clarify the heck out of this, if you are Morpheus, like I feel I am, you are in the process of searching for your dream clients. The person or the people that you know, when you help them, they'll evolve into something they never dreamed possible. This Neo, this is the dream client. They may not even know that you exist or that you can help them reach this hidden, untapped potential through working with your firm. They may not know. Neo is just another way of saying the one that you should be searching for, and that as soon as you find them, as soon as you know that's who the dream client is, your life moves into a new phase of training the one into reaching their true potential. This is identifying your dream client, finding them, getting them to believe in you, and then having that belief pay off by turning them and their business into something you didn't even think was possible before they met you. Now, if you are more like Neo, you are in the process of finding your Morpheus, who can clarify what you are searching for and help you go and get it as efficiently as possible by unlocking your hidden potential that you never knew you had. Once you find your Morpheus or your coach, it's all about taking the lessons that they have taught you and bringing them into your life so you can get what is real and then go about finding your dream clients as well. And this is where the second quote comes into play. And it's really the origin of today's training, right? Like, this is the whole thing. I was looking, I was like, this is exactly what I need to help people to understand. So to set the stage for this quote, okay, where this quote comes into play for the movie, Neo and Morpheus have found each other, okay? So it's like they found each other, but Neo is still really doubting if this is really for him, right? It's one thing to find the one. It's one thing to find the potential dream clients out there. It's another thing to help them to really believe that this is their path. You can maybe say there's a bit of imposter syndrome taking place here. And seriously, I mean, who can't relate to that feeling? Am I really worth this? Should I be charging this amount of money? Am I an expert? So things are lining up. And Neo's starting to take action. He's starting to believe in his path, but he doesn't truly believe. He's still hesitating. And you can see it on his face and feel it in this scene. You can feel the doubt. Like, this is imposter syndrome personified, right? Like, if you ever feel that way, go look in the mirror and be like, when did I turn into Keanu Reeves? You're going to look just like this. It's like such a powerful part of the movie, this one bit of acting. It's just like, I can see that he's like, really? Me? No way. Tense scene, super tense. Neo's scared to face the truth and find out if he's actually the one. It's a make or break type of moment for him. They're standing right in front of the door. And right before he's about to open the door, he tells Morpheus about his fears, as a good student would do with their coach. They open up and he talks about the fear of this responsibility, and Morpheus drops the wisdom bomb. I'm trying to free your mind, Neo, but I can only show you the door. You are the one that has to walk through it. This is the difference between information and action. And there's an ocean of difference between these two things. Morpheus knows there's only so much he's responsible for, and there's a real limit to what he can actually do. When you're working with your dream clients, sometimes they're going to ask you to do more than what is required, but it's really them that needs to do the action, right? It's like, how do I generate more revenue in my business? It's like, I'm a cash flow, I'm a profit consultant, I'm a tax person. It's like, marketing really isn't my thing, but maybe I can help a little bit, but you got to put in the action, right? Same thing's true for me. It's like, I can show you and I can help a lot, but I'm not going to be able to do everything. He can't do it for Neo as much as he wants to. Neo has to want to walk through that door and actually do it. He has to want the responsibility and the benefits that come with embracing it. Now, I know all we have today is watching today's event are proactive accountants, which means we create instead of react. But when we say opening the door to your dream firm, what do we actually mean, right? Like, what does that phrase truly mean? And so here's how I want us to do this. Before you can even open the door, before you can take the action, you have to visualize or create, right? Like what your dream firm means to you on a fundamental level. I find that so many of the people that we work with, they don't even take the time to understand why this matters. It's one of the first things that we help them to do. It's like with the right why, anyhow is possible. And so when I start a relationship inside of our Create Your Dream Firm program, I just say, what is it that you actually want? Like, what is it that you want? And, we'll have a surface answer in the beginning, right? More dream clients. And I completely get that. It's some variation of more money, more time, or more impact. But we need to go deeper, right? Like Dream Firms is not surface level. You are not a surface level person. You have depth to you. And so I go, okay, great. I get that, right? Like you want those things. Totally feel you. But let's assume you get those things. Let's assume you have more money. Let's assume your clients appreciate you more. Let's assume you have more time for yourself. Help me go one layer deeper. Why does it matter? If opening the door is just simply acquiring the clients, what is behind the door that makes reaching out, facing the fears, going through and embracing the responsibilities worth it? What is behind the door? Again, if the door is the obstacle that you have to push through, what is behind the destination that makes it even worth putting in the effort? What does it fundamentally mean to you to go through that door? Or have you actually achieved the objective of having these dream clients? Even if you haven't defined the dream client profile yet, even if you haven't done any of the pre-work, it doesn't matter. The reason you haven't done it yet is because you haven't defined really why this matters deeply to you. So then there's this pause, this moment of silence when I go through this with our clients. And again, I'm going through it with you right now. You just haven't paid me anything, right? It's just like, treat it the same. Imagine you paid me thousands of dollars to be able to go through these exercises and get to real meaning. You go, And that's where we get to what this is really all about. Not this fake matrix we've unintentionally trapped ourselves in when we chase an ever-changing illusion, the shiny objects, and we're bouncing around, and this software tool is what I really need. Oh, I need this certification over here. It's like, why are we doing this? Does it align with the vision that I have of why these actions are necessary? When I open the door, what is it that I want? What happens when we go through that door? How will it actually impact our lives, the lives of our loved ones, the lives of the ones we've worked so hard to gain the trust of? How does it change my reality in a way that is meaningful? So again, I don't live in the land of theory. Too many people do. It's a waste of everyone's time. Let's take some action right now, okay? The difference between where you want to be tomorrow and where you are today is the amount of action you take in this moment, period. End of conversation. So step one, this is very simple. Pick up a pen. Hopefully everyone has a pen in immediate reaching distance. Step two, open up a fresh page. Hopefully you have a journal, a piece of paper near you. Step three, write down what you want. Like literally, write down what you want. It could be more security. It could be being able to accelerate to your retirement. It could be able to have more money for college for your kids. It could be being able to feel like you've increased the level of financial literacy in low income areas so that you can break the chains of poverty. It could be whatever speaks to you. I cannot fill in the gap, but I promise you, if you imagine what's behind the door and you truly internalize why it is important to you, not to anyone else, not to what your parents think is important to you, not to what anyone else other than you thinks important, it will make your journey so much easier. So step three, write down what you want. And as always, I'll be doing the exercise with you because, it's crazy the idea that a coach would recommend something to you and then have to, as the French say, drink their own champagne or take their own medicine. So there's never a bad time to do this. If anything, this is one of the best times to do it. So again, here's why you have to do it. Okay. Something magical happens when you put pen to paper. If you're staring, just like you were when I asked you if you're Morpheus or Neo, and you're thinking things are just going to magically happen and you're not participating, nothing's going to happen. I promise you, nothing's going to happen. It makes your thoughts real when you put pen to paper. It's a major part in cutting through the chaos of your own personal matrix and getting to what actually matters and what you truly want. I don't care if you identify as Morpheus or Neo, both of them need to take time to visualize their beliefs so that they can take action on creating the best possible reality. Everybody has to take them time to do this. Stop thinking, just pick up the pen. Don't type it on the computer. Don't say I'll do it later. Just do the first thing. Pick up the freaking pen and now take a minute and go beyond the door with me and with your peers. 1 minute, take your time. What do you want? Now, to be clear, 1 minute is not enough time, but it's all the time that I can allot for today's presentation because we've got a lot to cover. But I want to be perfectly clear with you, okay? Don't lose sight of this. When you are feeling yourself get beat down a little bit, and you know that you need to do things a little bit differently, not work harder, not work longer. Please do not mistake me. When you know you have to do things differently, work smarter. When you have to say no to things that are distracting you, that are preventing you from doing the motion of opening the doors that matter, you need to be able to reference this, even if it's just one sentence, and it helped you achieve some depth. It's real action. It matters to the only opinion that matters, which is yours. And you've got to hold on to that. You've got to keep it in front of you. You've got to visualize it because it will make every single action you take worthwhile. It will propel you. Now, let's continue here. Now, the door is simply the made up things that are stopping you from getting what you want. A simple puzzle to be solved. A thing that stands between you and your quantified destination of what you truly want. What's behind the door is the place you want to be. It's real and it's easily definable despite not being able to physically see it, right? Like you have to imagine it. You just have to understand it like you're playing a mind game against yourself right now. What does having your dream clients mean to you, right? Is it more time with your family and never missing a ball game or a recital again? Is it taking a vacation on the next major deadline and not checking your phone once? Is it a 3-month vacation to a foreign place, supporting a charity never had the time to do before, getting into the viper pit of politics and cleaning it up maybe? What does it mean to you to have your dream firm? What does it allow you to do that you can't currently do now? Now, again, don't talk, don't type, just write with the focus of what do I want? You've already had 60 seconds. So I'm going to skip past this. But again, it's like this is one step further. If you take another 60 seconds to get even further into this, even after the presentation, right, it will help you to get more ambitious I have a client, and I'll share one quick story with you. She's been with us really almost since the beginning of Dream Firms. And one of the exercises we used to do, I can't believe we got away from doing this, but it's definitely coming back. We used to have people build a dream board. If you don't know what a dream board is, you just say like, here are all the things I want. I want the mountain house. I want the car. I want to be able to write a check to myself worth, $50,000 or $500,000. I want to be able to drink more Mai Tais on the beach, whatever, right? Like you have all of these visual representations. We usually recommend putting it as your desktop, as your screen background for your phone. And so every time you're getting ready to get distracted, you actually go, no, this is what I'm working towards, right? Like these are the things that matter. These are why I want to do these things. This is the name of the charity I want to be able to donate 100 grand to every year, right? Like you dream big. And what was crazy is she said, Tyler, you're not going to believe this. I only have one thing left on my dream board since we started working together. Everything else I have now. I've done it all. And I was just like, I almost cried because I was just like, we've only been working together for like 20 months. The progress she made in 20 months were things that she thought she needed to wait her entire lifetime to acquire. And she got them in 20 months. All of them. Not small things either. Not small things. It was just like, it was crazy to just see that level of progress that fast. And that's not an uncommon story for us. So again, this is defining your dream. Dreams, we talk a lot about this, as you can imagine. They're an alternative future that you can reach depending on the choices you make. Or in this metaphor, the door or doors you choose to open or not. Your dream firm is the vehicle of change that makes whatever you have imagined on that piece of paper behind that door legitimately possible. I would argue probable, as long as you stay focused on the right things. Now that you've had a few minutes to write some things down, this part is even more important, but it's only powerful if you actually take action, right? Like slow things down. Slow things down. Everything is so fast-paced today, and I know I contribute to it with my Northeastern way of communicating, right? I can speed it up on purpose, but there is a time for speed and there's a time for depth. This is a time for depth. The depth is how well you can visualize this place and time where you go through this door. When you let the most powerful thing you possess, your imagination, your ability to think of a future place and time where things are better, hope, take hold of you and literally transport you into another place and time. In the Matrix, this is what they do. They use technology to transport you into another place, not another time technically, but it could be like that, another place. And I just asked you, read what you wrote. Read what you wrote, right? Like, what did you just write? Read it again. Read it again. Say it out loud to yourself, even if it's just barely audible, just once. Do it. One time. Would you like me to read mine to you? Again, I will never ask you to do something that we do not do, ever. A lot of people love theory. I don't believe in that, and you shouldn't either. I will always be doing anything I recommend to you because I believe in it and I've seen its power. This one's simple. I want to have a 10 million a year business in the next 12 months so that I can have the financial security to pursue anything I dream of and the possibility of working with the man that I have come to respect the most, Alex Hormozi. And so when I read that out loud, I literally get goosebumps imagining that I've reached such a level of financial success that I have attracted the attention of someone I deeply respect, someone who has helped me get to the current threshold that we're at today. And he's only done it for free. He doesn't even know who I am. I would, to have even just 10 minutes of that guy's time to consider whether or not he'd work together with us is amazing. And even if he doesn't, the alternative path of, I'm good. I can choose to go and just coach basketball all day if I wanted to. I'm good. I would never do that because I love to work. But my point is again, it's like, read it to yourself. If it doesn't give you goosebumps, you probably didn't write something down that actually matters to you. And it should. Now, again, imagine that. Feel that real place. You've transported yourself there. Not only how do you feel, how do those around you feel? How does your team feel when you reach that milestone? How does your family feel when you've been able to accomplish this? Are they disappointed in you maybe right now? Working too much, too little to show for it? Why don't you go back and get a corporate job? Or you're stuck in a corporate job? Why can't you get more money in the door? Imagine what it feels like when it's the inverse of those things. 30 seconds in silence. Close your eyes if you want. Focus intently on that place and time, the emotions that you will feel. Focus on. If you don't have a grin on your face, like you're a 10-year-old and your birthday just came up, you may not be excited enough about the opportunity. You may not be dreaming big enough. When I say 10 million, I'm not even close to that. I hope you guys know that. Like, I'm not even close to that. But I know that's the threshold that would gets me fired up. Don't dream small. Dream really big. And dream about the impact that has on the people around you. All right. Let's bring this a little slowly back, right? Here and now. Unfortunately, we're not there yet. Okay. But you've defined the place in the future, and you will get there, both in writing and in your mind. If you picked up on any additional things you noticed during that visualization, the people who were there, the high fives, the emotions, right? Like, jot them down. That should be a part of what you want, right? Like, what does it feel like for the other people? It's different for everyone. It's okay. But you have to define why, or you'll never start to reach for the handle. Now, I know it may not feel like it, but you have the single most important piece of the puzzle in your possession right now. The destination. Now it's simply a matter of taking a step forward, reaching out, and turning the door handle. But I will be perfectly transparent with you. This is where 99% of people end up getting stuck. It's the first step towards the door. You remain frozen where you are, overthinking, is this the right door? Should I step with my left foot or my right foot, maybe? Well, what about my left hand or my right hand? What if the door is locked? Should I knock first? Maybe there's a doorbell or not. Is there a virus on this handle? If the door squeaks when it opens, what about the kids? What if they wake up? If, right? Like, you paralyzed. Your heart rate picks up. You feel that drop in your stomach. What if this is all for nothing, right? What if I open up the door and it disappoints me? You may think you know what to do, and you analyze every option, and then you may very well know what to do. But this quote from Morpheus perfectly summarizes this huge problem that's keeping you stuck where you are. Sooner or later, you're going to realize, just like I did, there's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. It's not that you don't know or you can't figure it out on your own how to open this door. I know you can figure it out. Anyone can, with enough time and effort. There's zero doubt about this. Accumulating knowledge in the information age, it isn't difficult. If anything, it's the problem. It is the problem. Because whether you are more like Morpheus or Neo, it's hard to not get stuck in paralysis by analysis with how many choices there are for attracting and winning the business of your dream clients. Like it's hard. Wisdom is the practical application of knowledge. It's doing the things so that you understand a much deeper level about it for what works and does not work. It's knowing what to do in the right order with the right information. That will determine if you take the first step to the door or not. Trusting someone who is wise. And again, the difference between wise and knowledgeable is wise is applied knowledge. It's experience for real results that people just like you have already gotten, right? And who've already gone through that door, right? They keep going through that door. Morpheus gives you the certainty to take that step because they've already been there. They already know that there's no virus on the handle. There's no kid sleeping behind the door. Go open the door. Your dream is behind it. I can't do it for you, but I will make sure that you have the certainty you need, not the confidence, which is for children, certainty. Going from knowledge to wise is quite literally the step towards the door. I love this. I love this image, right? Like, this is such a cool shot. Anyway, I don't want to geek out about the matrix. It's the reality of taking action. It's going from visualization, trusting, believing, to actually doing what needs to be done and prioritizing the things that will have the most impact. It's also the inverse of that, which is casting aside doubt, noise, wasted time on social media, bad clients, all the old world knowledge that does not serve you in today's new world, all the things you've been fed and the things you keep feeding yourself that do not serve you. They prevent you from reaching the destination. It's about becoming the one who takes action and does what needs to be done, who is proactive to their core. It's about walking the path as it's set before you and walking the path of those who have come before you and blaze the path for you to follow. You don't even need to guess, okay? Literally, we have a milestone sheet that will help you to create your dream firm. And I am more than happy to share this with you and give you this when you apply for our program. Even if you don't work with us, I'll be like, literally, just go do these things. I don't care if you work. I really don't like it. I don't care at all. But like, if you do work with us, you'll move a lot faster. And speed is really what the game is always about. But I'll give you the milestone sheet when you apply. I'll just be like, here are the exact steps. Whether you do them with us or you do them on your own, you know that this is what you need to do. And again, I'll drop the link in the comments for anyone who wants a copy. Even if you don't even apply for the program, if you're just like, I need to know what to do, Tyler, I will help you. I will help you with no cost, right? Like you don't need to spend a cent with me and I'll help you. That's the whole point of the program. That's the whole point of this group and this presentation, okay? Now, whether you knew the path before or not, you certainly do now because I'm going to give it to you. This training, the one we just conducted, has started you on this path. And I want to ask you from the bottom of my heart to your heart, are you ready to finish the journey and get to what's behind the door? I believe you are. I don't believe you're a part of the majority. And if you want, think about this, right? This is an important, super important point. Like, if you only remember one thing from this presentation, remember this. If you want to be able to generate outsized returns, like things that you are insanely proud of, growth, typically speaking, right? Not saying money's the end all be all, but usually that's a pretty good measuring stick for success. And when we talk about a measuring stick, a lot of people talk about the 1%, but nobody talks about what it takes to actually be in the 1%. And no, it's not always just daddy's money and it's not just hedge fund babies. There are people that are getting to it despite starting with nothing. And you have to ask yourself, what does it take to get into the minority, the 1%? You have to be unlike the 99%. And I'll tell you right now, of all the people watching this, over 99% of them will do nothing. I know it. I only need one person who's listening to this intently believing, knows it should be better. I only need one. You only need one. You don't need a million. You don't even want the other 99%. I want the 1%. And I don't believe you are a part of the majority that will do nothing. I believe you're a part of the minority that will create your dream firm. And I believe you want to become a part of the minority that gets profoundly different results, i.e. initiates change, i.e. be proactive. And I believe you are willing to be part of the 1%, become one of the 1% who crush their growth goals every single year. That is what this award symbolizes behind me. Most firms, over 90% that join our group, they tell us they want to add $100,000 in 12 months. This is the free to join Facebook group. You know how many of them make it? Way less than 1%. Way less than 1%. You know how many people make it in our program? Closer to about half do that if they stick with us for a full year, right? Like more than half of them do that. And many of them do way, way better than that. So again, anyway, NEO is an anagram for one, if you didn't know that. Pretty cool. So again, I believe that you are the one of the dream clients that I am always searching for. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. So many of them are inured, so hopelessly dependent on the system that they will fight to protect it. The system is what's keeping you stuck where you are. The routines you are dependent on will keep you treading water. They provide no tangible return to you. Are you going to fight to keep yourself in the exact place you are right now? Or are you going to open that door? Like you have to make a choice. A choice to do nothing is a choice. To wait is an active choice to do nothing. The only way to break down that freaking door, to get to that vision, to get out of the systems you were trapped in and build the new ones that attract and win the business of your dream clients. That's it. That's the only way to do it. You got to break the old systems. You got to build the new ones. So here's the deal. You, just like Morpheus or Neo, you have a choice to make. Morpheus had a choice to do things differently. Okay. Even though he had a ton of experience today, I'm literally doing something different to find my Neos, right? Like I'm trying something new. It may fall flat. Okay. That's okay. I'm going to try again harder, right? I'm going to do something different. It doesn't matter. Not everything's going to work. I'm taking action, right? To break through the masses to the person that this is speaking to, so we can elevate to a whole new level together. That's what I'm looking to do. Even if it doesn't work, it's okay. It's action. Neo and Morpheus both had choice to keep things exactly the way they were or to become uncomfortable with the true reality of the situation and do something about it. So here is your choice. And of course, this is what we have to end on. You can take the blue pill. And this is the scene in the movie where Morpheus gives his Neo a choice to go back to sleep, because it was jarring to be shown what the real world is like and what it takes to be successful. Some people want to go back to sleep. So this is your choice. You can take the blue pill. You go back to sleep, you wake up the next day, and things stay exactly as they are, and you stay exactly where you are. Or you can take the red pill and apply for an opportunity, work directly with me and my team, so we can unplug you from the systems that trap you and create the systems that free you. The choice is yours. And that's all I will, quite frankly, ever offer you. A choice to consciously go and build your dream firm as efficiently as possible, or the choice to do nothing. I beg of you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, to consciously make the choice by clicking to schedule and call and learn more about our revolutionary program and software and see how deep the rabbit hole goes. Or consciously make the choice to ignore Q4. You can just say, oh, it'll be here next year again, right? Ignore Q4. Ignore that it's the best time of year to pick up your dream clients and keep dreaming about change instead of making it happen. Final Morpheus quote. Remember, all I am offering is the truth, nothing more. The link for those who are making a powerful choice to create their dream firms and to ultimately open that door I'm going to drop that in the chat right now, just so that everyone can have a chance to enjoy this opportunity. And if you've talked to anyone that I work with, okay, they will all tell you, I don't do high pressure sales. It's not the way I operate. I'm here to give you all the information you need to make an informed decision. Yes, of course, there's an investment. The investment has to be large enough in order for you to need to be invested yourself and to choose to invest the time. But fundamentally, when you look at, again, 6 figures of growth year over year, it pales into comparison in terms of what we're asking in terms of an investment from you. So fun fact about the Matrix, immediately following when Neo takes the red pill, Morpheus says, time is never on our side. Literally, he says that as soon as he's like, time is never on our side. Time is not on your side. There is never a benefit to waiting to grow your business. Literally never. Q4 is now. The time is now. When you make this powerful decision, you will come to see this as Q1 of the rest of your life. But I need to make sure I can handle the growth. This is literally cart before the horse. Like, your next step will illuminate when you take it. You bring on that client, start a nice wait list, get paid to have people on your wait list. You now have all the momentum and money you need to be able to actually build out your back office the way you need to support the growth. Like, there are smart ways to do this. You can either be good at making money or you can be good at making excuses. I say this all the time. Just make a choice. Which do you want to be good at? Just pick. How boring is the Matrix if Neo says, nah, you know what? I'm going to go back to sleep. Thanks, Morpheus. This was kind of cool, kind of weird. I'm going back to sleep. Make the choice that makes your story interesting. Let me show you, just like you, like literally these people are no different than you, who chose to not make excuses, didn't choose to go back to sleep. They chose to every day to go and build the firm of their dreams. Thank you, Yemi. I'm looking forward to speaking with you. Very smart choice. Enough, right? Fired 2 clients, having the ability to fire clients after Q4. That shouldn't be here anymore. Gone. But how is she able to do that? Full calendar of appointments. Replace it. She knows she can replace them. Most people have no idea when they're getting their next opportunity. Our clients average 4 new appointments a week across the board. 4 appointments a week, not factoring in any of the old stuff that they used to have. Just what we do for them. 4. 32%. She's won this award twice already. Twice she's won this award. When she started with us, she was barely doing 6 figures, I think. Come on now. Systems, right? Like, not just, oh, go do these things, guys. Here's the video. You go do this. We work for you, essentially. We are your de facto marketing arm of your accounting firm. We actually believe in this crazy, it's crazy. You may have heard of it before. It's called service. Yeah, we deliver that. We make sure that you have manageable systems because you're busy. I know this. I'm not stupid, right? Like, I know how busy you are. The fact that you can give me an hour is incredible. So again, we do these things. I'd be a millionaire 3 times over if I met you guys year before. Q1 of the rest of your life. Fun fact about Mr. Jordan, he's not even a client anymore. He got everything he needed and he went out, and then at the peak of tax season, he shows up on my calendar. I'm like, is he okay? Because Tyler, I just needed to call you and say, thank you, man. It like literally, it makes me want to cry. The guy called me when everyone else was swamped and he said, I'm fine. Right? Like, I'm kind of bored. Like, as in my business is so well oiled right now. And I can't even begin to tell you some of the compliments. Like, seriously, I love Chris Jordan. He's an amazing guy. Leah, right? Like, few months later, few months, not years, few months. Team supporting me. Solopreneur, you don't need to be a solopreneur anymore. You don't. Systems in place, fully booked calendar. How about pricing support? Used to quoting 6K, started quotes 15, literally more than double, and still thought he left meat on the bone with Christopher Abort. Like, Amanda Candle, right? Any tax professional, if you're overwhelmed, this is your way out. You shouldn't be overwhelmed. There's no reason to feel like this anymore. There's no reason. You choose to stay where you are and let that emotion control you. So again, she did 85K in 6 weeks. Dolores, magical, literally clear path to follow. She's setting the world on fire. Tom, we interviewed earlier. He does cybersecurity as well. He added 6 figures in 4 weeks. Now, granted, he's $1 million firm. So if you're in that space, like you've got more leverage, you can do more. But the point is these things are possible. Remember, all I'm offering you is the truth, nothing more. Seriously, that's like honest conversations. I will give you the honest truth and you can do with it as you wish. And if you're looking to make that powerful choice right now, again, dreamfirms.com/book a call. And if you're on the fence for whatever reason, right, like Google me, look at our YouTube video testimonials, hear from the words of your peers who are in situations no different than you are right now. You came to this call for a reason. You came onto this call to ultimately find something. I hope that I have helped you to understand how to continue to get what you want. Want you to find what you actually want. All you have to do is ruthlessly focus on what's the next action? What's the highest priority? What's the biggest problem that's facing me? What's the skill I'm lacking? How do I develop that skill a little bit faster? Or who's the team member or the company that can help support the development of this skill so that we can grow faster, so that we can support more people, that I can open more doors faster and I can just keep going and I keep going. And then all of a sudden, you're going to look at what you wrote. You're going to look at that. And then all of a sudden, you're going to look up just like my client did with her dream board. And you're going to go, oh my God, I'm here. I'm here. And it's real. It's not imaginary anymore. Isn't that like, makes me want to cry? Like literally, it's like such an exciting feeling. So again, I hope I've done a good job at illustrating to you that you are in control. Do not let this fake thing prevent you. All the things that you say are not possible, all the things that you're not trapped by some super machines. You're in full control. And if you'd like to get more control over your life, more control over your future, you want to maximize Q4, the link is in the description or the comment section down below. My name is Tyler S. Clark. Thank you so much for investing your most precious resource with me. I hope I found a way to give you an excellent return on it. And if you want to ultimately open that door, click the link and I will see you personally on that call and I'll help you to see some additional truths that will accelerate you on the path to your dream firm. Thank you so much for your time. Remember that only you can create your dream firm, but we are here to help you every single step of the way. Go crush Q4 one way or the other and make sure to open that door to your dream firm because your dream clients are waiting for you. Have a great one, everyone.